Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Unit 3, where we're learning about verbs. Now, today's lesson is lesson number 5, all about present tense verbs. Now, I know you're going to ask, what's a present tense verb? Well, a verb that tells what its subject is doing right now is in the present tense. Oh, right now is the present tense. We've learned things about verbs before, like singular and plural. So, what about singular present tense verbs? Well, it's pretty simple. When a singular noun is the subject, we're going to add an S or an ES to the verb. Let's take a look at an example, okay? The dog barks and the child watches TV. See that? This is a singular noun, right? One dog. So we've added S, barks. What's that action? Barking, right? The dog does what? Bark. Add that S, okay? Now, the dog is barking now, right? Barks. Second one, child watches. We added that ES to that verb. Okay, the child watches TV. Well, how do we do that? Let's take a look at some of the rules. There are 3 of them. Rule number 1. You love rules, right? Most verbs, we just add the S. Okay, for example, sing becomes sings, write becomes writes. That's pretty easy, right? Most of them, we just add an S. How about rule number 2? Verbs ending with an S, a CH, an SH, an X, and a Z. Very specific, right? We add an ES to the end of these. For example, wash becomes washes. Fix becomes fixes. It's still pretty easy, right? Rule number 3. Verbs ending with a consonant and a Y. We change that Y to an I and add ES. Like every kid that I remember being around in school, we all had to remember that. We changed the Y to an I and add ES. It was like a little song thing we all had to do. Sounds weird now, but we never forget it. So, an example would be study with that Y. Change that Y to an I and it becomes studies, IES. Try becomes try. Now, those are singular. What do we do when it's a plural verb? Well, we don't change anything. There is no change needed for plural subjects or with the subject of I or you. Pretty nice, right? For example, we read, just the verb. I listen, just the verb. And you run, just a verb. Nice, right? So only the singular present tense verbs, we have to remember those rules. We have to change them to make them work. To make sure you understand this, let's have our checkup, okay? So fill in the blanks with the correct present tense verb and pause the video to get that done, and then we'll come back and check it, okay? So pause the video now. Okay, you paused that video, so now let's take a look and see if you got them all correct. I'm sure you did, right? You're smart. You're hanging out with me, you're studying with me, you're smart. Number 1, the lion, remember we had to change roar, so roars with an S. The clock ticks, we had that S. The children play in the park. Oh, children is plural, so it's just the verb, right? Easy. We, that's more than one. So we listen, no change, just the verb. We listen to the teacher. Number 5, mom bakes. There's only one mom. My mom, your mom, right? One mom. Mom bakes. Add that S. A cake for dessert. And number 6, the baby, one baby. So cries. Change that Y to an I and add ES. Cries for her toy. Oh, that's sad. I don't like the sound of crying babies. It hurts my ears. Maybe I'm weird, but makes me cry too. Anyways, let's take a look at exercise number 1 to really lock in what we've just learned about these present tense verbs. So write the correct present tense form of each verb in the parentheses. For example, we have I carefully, and our verb is study, the weather. So I, remember, we don't change that verb if it's an I or a you or plural, right? Multiple people. So it's just, I study the weather. Pause this video and answer these 9 sentences. Take your time. Look at you. You paused that video. I know you did. And you wrote down all your answers. So let's check them out. I feel like this lesson's going pretty fast, but at this point, I think you understand more than enough that we don't have to go really slow, and I can talk to you like a normal person who understands what's happening. Let's check these answers. Number 1, the stars, plural, shine, just the normal verb, no change. The wind, one thing. So pass becomes passes through the trees, right? We added that ES. Number 3, Mia, that's one person. So we need to change it, right? Listen becomes listens to the teacher's instructions. Good girl, Mia. Number 4, you, we don't change that. So the verb is just the same. You pack a sandwich for lunch, says Dad. Smart dad. Number 5, Lucas, one person, so we have to change it, right? Lucas replies. Y to an I and add ES. Lucas replies to her call immediately. He must like her, or he's in trouble. Number 6, we row, plural, right? We row, so we don't change it, to the edge of the shore. Number 7, she, one person, catches, ES, CH, so we add ES at the end, catches a fish from the bucket. That's too easy. Should catch it from the river or a lake or something. Cheater. Number 8, I lose. So we don't change those verbs, right? It's just the verb. I lose my balance on the boat. Uh-oh. And number 9, they, plural, right? Prepare, just the verb. Prepare more bait for the hooks. I miss fishing. Ever since I moved to China, I haven't been able to go fishing, and I really, really miss fishing. Anyways, exercise number 2. Rewrite the paragraph by conjugating all 10 verbs correctly. Now take your time, pause the video, and see if you can get all of these correct. But I know you can. I believe in you. Now you paused that video. I'm sure you did. Let's take a look and see if you got all of these answers correct. But I'm pretty sure, I feel positive. I feel optimistic that you understand this entire lesson and don't have any issues. So let's check. Anna and her brother wake up early every day. Ugh. They eat breakfast quickly and run to catch the school bus. Oh, that makes sense, right? The bus driver always greets them with a smile. At school, Anna focuses on her math class while her brother plays basketball during PE. After school, they help their parents with chores. Anna washes the dishes and her brother fixes broken tools in the garage. That's an interesting thing to do. Before bedtime, they read their favorite books. That was an easy thing, right? That was an easy story. Present tense is not too complicated. We just have some little rules there, but they're not hard rules, right? It's not like it's math. So if you have any questions, send me a message, leave me a comment, and I'll do my best to help you out. But I'm sure you get this. And I will see you for the past tense lesson that's coming next, okay? Goodbye.